Hi St John's, it's Miss Pink here. May the peace of the Lord be with you. I would like to lead a PSHE assembly today because we are starting a new unit for this half term called Celebrating Difference. Now, sometimes being different can make you feel that you're a bit strange and you're a bit on your own because there's nobody else the same as you. But I want us to think about how the things that make us different are not the things that make us weird or strange, but those are the things that make us interesting. Those are the things that make us special and unique. If we were all the same, it'd be pretty boring. Now, I've got a nice banner here for Celebrating Difference, and this is a picture of lots of children. Each and every one of them is different. Have a good look at those people. Not only do we all look different, but if you ask questions of your friends or your family, you'll find out that we don't just look different. We've all got different ideas. We've all got different tastes. So different foods that we like, different foods we don't like, different programs we enjoy watching, different books we like to read, different skills, things that we're good at, things that we're not so good at. These are all of the things that make us different. We are all different, but that's a good thing. Now, I've got a story to read about being different. It's about a little boy called Norman. Now, something incredible happens to make him feel very, very different to everyone around him. And that makes him feel a bit sad. Let's find out about it. It's called Perfectly Norman, and it's written by Tom Percival, an author that we already know. He wrote another lovely book called Ruby's Worry, which you might remember. Let's have a look at what happens to Norman. Norman had always been normal, perfectly normal, until one day he grew a pair of wings. Norman had imagined growing taller or growing a beard like his dad, but he had never imagined growing a pair of wings. Still, they were here now, so he decided to test them out right away, soaring through the sky with the birds, having quite a nice time. Soon Norman was swooping around and generally having fun. The most fun ever. But then he had to go in for dinner. You see, Norman had always been so normal. He didn't know how his parents would feel about his extraordinary wings. As he went in, Norman covered himself up in a great big coat. His parents didn't notice the wings, but they did think it was odd to be wearing a coat indoors. Look, he's having dinner with his coat on. Bath time was problematic, and so was bedtime. The coat was hot and uncomfortable, but Norman had decided that no one should see his wings, ever. He's starting to look less and less happy. The next day, Norman went to the park, but he was far too hot to play any of his favourite games. And so it went on. Look, everyone else is having fun, but Norman doesn't feel like joining in. He's feeling a bit different. Long car journeys were unbearable. The swimming pool was dreadful, and that was nothing compared to his friend's birthday party. Can you see? Norman is not going on the bouncy castle. The only time that Norman could feel normal now was when it rained. Oh, that's because everybody has their big coats on when it rains. One day, a boy tried to pull his coat off, and Norman had to run away, hot-faced, angry, and sad. He wished he'd never grown those stupid wings. Then he saw some birds high up in the sky and remembered the joy of his first flight. It occurred to Norman that it was the coat that was making him miserable, not the wings. "Why don't you take that tatty old thing off?" suggested his mum and dad. Norman looked up at them hesitantly. His parents smiled and nodded, and Norman smiled back. Then he threw off the coat and let his wonderful wings fan out. Norman leapt into the air. Finally, he was free of that coat. He noticed a few other children wearing thick, heavy coats of their own. They looked up at Norman and round at each other nervously. There was a moment's pause, and then, whoosh! The sky was filled with flying people. Norman had never felt so happy. He realised that there was no such thing as perfectly normal, that he was perfectly Norman, which was just as it should be. So, Norman tried to hide the fact that he was a bit different. He felt ashamed and he felt alone. But it turned out that when he got a bit braver and he was willing to show his difference, there were actually other people who'd been hiding their differences too. And he made them feel brave, and he made them feel proud and happy to be different. And I think that that's a really good message. Now, if you don't mind, I think I'm going to have a chocolate. I've got this box of chocolates here. I've been really looking forward to having one. Oh no, they're all the same. And that's not my favourite chocolate. How boring. Oh well. St. John's, I'd like you to have a think about how you're different. And I'd like you to have a talk with the people in your families and find out what's different between you and your brothers and sisters, what's different between you and mums and dads and grown-ups, and have a think about what makes you different to other people and why that's a good thing to be. Bye, St. John's. Take care.